just the stock plants that we had, it was like at least more than 10,000.
Wow.
More than 20,000. Yeah.
So we're talking almost $1 million of plants.
Yeah. That was kind of like the bad part, because people here, they don't like seeing you success. They wouldn't support. They would just tell us like, you know what, it's not, this is not for you. There's one specific nursery that wasn't happy with what we had. When we went to work the following day, like we saw like the plastic that was ripped off.
Did they steal them? They stole them?
Yeah, so they stole like we will only made like $100 or $200 in the retail area. Yeah, which was not a lot.
In a day.
It was like weekly.
Oh wow.
So like I said, we were like this close to just leave California, sell the whole thing. Yeah. And then.
But you made it.
Yeah.
You made it.
So we made it, and like I said, I found that comment were from, I forgot who was the lady. Yeah. But that little comment kind of saved my life. Wow. Now, like I said, like right now we got to a point where we are stress free.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So we are basically like stress free.
And you get to be with your kids too.
Yes. Here's
String of Hearts, right?
Oh yeah, there's some here. No,
so what's the key to propagating them, Mario?
So the key to propagation is.
Today we're down in San Diego to interview a plant seller that almost didn't make it. Let's take a listen to hear how they had to shut down their brick and mortar shop but are now thriving as an online retail business.
Like we do a lot of succulents, and most of the stuff that we do, it's either import or seed grown. So that's
cool. Yeah. Where do you import from?
We import from Thailand.
Cool.
From Thailand, China, and then also South Korea.
Nice.
And Korea or Japan.
Interesting that they're not like really native. I guess, are any of these native to California?
Some of them, yes. Yeah. Some of them, and most of them are, most of the cacti, they're native to either Mexico or stuff like conophytums and lithops. Those are native to South Africa. So, yeah.
Is that like the brain looking plant?
Yes.
Okay, so I know nothing about succulents.
Yeah.
What's like, you know, if you were to pick out one that's easy to grow, not too expensive?
It will be this one.
This one?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's my favorite plant, and it's funny because it's a pretty hardy plant. I don't know if you're familiar with Lophophora.
No.
No?
Not at all.
Okay, so that's one of my basically favorite plants to grow.
Yeah.
And to have. So that's the easiest plant. Or like an aeonium.
Is this a seed grown?
Yes, those are seed grown. So
wow.
those have a big taproot. It's funny because those you can graft on top of another cacti.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so those you can either graft them just so they can push a little bit more faster, like the growth rate,
yeah, basically.
Yeah. So like this one it's a degraft.
Oh my gosh, you just picked it up.
Yeah, so I don't know if you see the bottom, you see how this one has a...
So that's the root?
Yeah.
Wow.
It shouldn't be like this because it should have like a big tap root.
And this is this like a peat-based mix?
Yes, and we just add a little bit more perlite for more drainage.
A little sand or something?
Just perlite or what is the other one? Pumice.
Pumice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just so it drains a little bit faster.
What is this, Aurea?
Yeah, but it was from seed.
Wow, from seed.
Like 15,000 seeds.
Okay, so this is a seed-grown sport.
Yeah.
Really cool.
But yeah, but like I said, most of the stuff we do, like cuttings, like those are all...
So these are all cuttings?
Yeah. Cuttings that we make from the mama plants, basically.
Yeah.
And we just started out propagating. So sometimes when we import a lot. That way we only import once.
Right.
And we just propagate and cut until we have a big amount. And
right.
then we can just offer it like a better deal.
And do you think that that's a lot of the key to your success in surviving for this many years?
To be honest, it is.
Right.
It is because... or else I would just be like importing and spending money.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you lose a lot. It was my wife's idea.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she's always like pushing me, bring more than this, or more than that. So instead of ordering like 10 plants, she tells me, you know what, like order 50 plants or 100
right.
plants. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. It's been already it's going to be 5 years already.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been 5 years since we've been on the business.
Just before pandemic?
Yes, it was before. It was like a year and a half, like 2 years, I think. Or a year and a half, I think. Yeah, something like that before the pandemic. But we weren't on this greenhouse. We were like in a different greenhouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if you remember the String of Hearts, like the berry green.
Yeah.
Like those were super popular.
Oh, yeah.
In the days. So basically, before we moved from the other greenhouse, this greenhouse, it was full of variegated hearts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you were growing them, or?
Yeah, we were growing them, and then I think we were like the only ones that were growing most of the variegated hearts.
Oh, wow.
And before I started selling like locally or online, I used to sell on Facebook.
So were you one of the main distributors of the variegated string of hearts?
Yeah, well, if
That's
we
cool.
put it like that, yes, because a lot of people didn't have them. But like I said, it took us maybe like a whole year just to have a big amount of them.
Wow.
And it was easy for us and to propagate them. So, because they're super slow. So
Yeah.
we kind of we managed to find a way to grow them a little bit faster.
Smart.
And just have more for to sell.
Yeah.
And that's basically what kept our business up during that time at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was, I mean, for starting a business, it wasn't that great because, like, there's too many people out there that don't want to see you success, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of competition in the
A lot of
houseplant world.
competitions. Yeah.
So how many string of hearts variegated did you grow and or sell?
We grew a lot.
Like 100, 1,000?
We had, to be honest, like, when we used to do inventory of just the stock plants that we had, it was like at least more than 10,000.
Wow.
More than 20,000. Yeah.
String of hearts, and they were going. I remember in pandemic, we were buying them for like 40 or 60.
It was like $80
80?
for like a whole big
a
basket.
whole, like one of these, right?
Yeah. And like a basket like this, it was like 95, or I seen them before where people will sell them for like 120, 140.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're talking almost $1 million of plants.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Also got to know here locally.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of like the bad part because people here, they don't like seeing you success.
In Vista or
It's
in
just,
San Diego?
Yeah, but it's mostly Vista because Vista, it's
A lot of growers.
A lot of growers. A lot of growers are here.
Yeah.
A lot of growers and then sellers too.
Yeah.
So
Armstrong is up the road?
yes,
Yeah.
they're like a couple minutes
Yeah.
away from here. Altman plants.
Altman?
Yeah, Altman plants. Like there's a lot.
And they weren't happy. Could talk about that.
Well, it was just one specific nursery that wasn't happy with what we had. So basically, like on our other greenhouse, it wasn't that private. That was the thing. So there was like a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, like when we went to work the following day, like we saw like the plastic that was ripped off. And then we were in, like we were already expecting like the worst.
Right.
So we saw like a whole table of variegated hearts that was completely wiped out.
Did they steal them or
Yeah,
broke
they
them?
stole them.
They
Yeah.
stole them?
Yeah, so they stole like the variegated hearts. And then I don't know if you remember the Silver Glory. That was another expensive one.
Silver Glory?
Yeah, the Silver
not
Glory
sure.
string heart. It's like a little bit more silvery.
Okay.
So that one was worth a lot more than the variegated hearts.
Wow.
But that, like I said, that was back in the days. And then they stole like a huge one that I had. We've been propagating that one for a while now.
Oh, no.
And like one single strand, it cost me like, I think it was like $89 with 2 little nodes. So, and then from there, like I said, we started propagating, and then they stole that.
Did you guys ever bring them to justice, or did you
Well,
ever catch them?
We did catch them, and I ended up like going to their house and
Yeah.
asking for my hearts back.
Yeah.
And they were like, "How do you know that this is your heart?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, I brought another plant from the ones that we were growing, and I showed them, you know what, like this is my soil. This is the soil mix that we use. This is how we propagate them.
Yeah.
Because before, like people didn't know how to propagate, so they did it like a different way.
Right.
And then they were like, they just stay quiet, and then they were just like, you know what, we only have 2, and I'm like, you guys took more than 2. It was like 100 or at least.
Whoa.
It was a lot of money that they
Wow.
took. Yeah. And then they only returned, I think it was like 4 or 5, and they also returned the Silver Glory.
Oh.
And then, but it was just all in bad shape because that happened like, and let's say when they stole them, like when we found out, it was like 6 months later or 5 months later. Yeah. So it was
This
pretty.
peak pandemic times?
It was during pandemic
Yeah.
when prices were
Crazy.
Yeah.
You think it was just greed, or again, do you think it was that competition?
Well, it was mostly competition because most of the hearts they ended up to like different little growers here.
Ah.
Yeah, so they also wanted to propagate them because, like I said, like we were like stingy when it came to selling like locally because
Right.
we were the only ones that had them, and we were like the only ones that knew how to grow them.
Right.
And it cost me so much money because we import them too.
Right.
So it was a lot of money. It was a big loss too because most of them, they were just rotting, And then so like I said, it took me a lot of time and a lot of like money
Yep.
just to keep that part like growing, you know.
Do you think it was, can you say if it was one of the bigger growers, or was it a smaller,
It was just like
like
a
mom
smaller,
and pop?
Yeah, it was one of
Oh,
those things.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was just mom, and we used to do a lot of house plants too.
Yeah.
Like we used to do a lot of Barriga Monsteras,
Yeah.
and then also like Hoyas and stuff like that. So we jumped from one thing to another.
And is that what you keep doing? Maybe is that also part of your continued success?
I think so, because I like to keep my people happy.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the things that I like to keep customers happy.
Yeah.
And I like to keep myself updated when it comes to like trending
The
plants.
trends.
basically. Yeah.
That makes, and where do you stay updated with that? Is it just kind of Instagram?
Well, it's mostly Instagram, and then it's actually here.
Perfect. And I'll tag it down in the video. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It was at the beginning. It was hard. And then like I said, we were young,
Yeah.
so a lot of like buyers here.
Yeah.
They'll mostly buy from like older people,
Sure.
or people that have been in the business for like several years.
It's an
already.
older business.
Yes.
It is.
So then that's one of the things that they wouldn't support like us, because we were either young, or they would just, like they would just tell us like, you know what, it's not this is not for you, basically.
Really?
Yeah. So this is not for you. And then there was this one person that until right now we cannot forget him, because he will ask for like 100 trays or like several trays or one specific plant. So basically we put all our savings into propagating that whole table of plants. It was like the fire sticks.
Yeah.
So my wife, she ended up propagating a bunch of those. She was like, you know what, if you plant me like 100 of these, I'll buy them once they were rooted. So I was like, you know what, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we basically put like a couple savings into that specific plant,
Right.
just for the
buyer.
For the buyer, yeah. And then when it was ready and it was time to like call him,
Yeah.
he wouldn't answer.
No.
He wouldn't answer our calls or texts, and then he would just pass by.
What?
And he would just drive like fast just so he wouldn't stop on our greenhouse.
Weird.
And then I was like, oh my God, really? He's gonna do that to us?
Jeez.
And then my wife was upset because she put a lot of effort on that.
Sure, of
So
course.
she put a lot of effort, and then
So you think that might have been like just a malicious,
it was
like shitty act?
yeah, because
Yeah.
like I said,
It's a
like,
very old and white industry. There's
Yes.
a lot of old white dudes in the nursery
and
industry.
then, yeah, and like I said, it's one of the things where if you see someone young, I mean, I will expect like more coming from them,
Sure.
like more support, or like them giving me like opinions on what to do or
Yeah.
what not to
Be
do.
supportive.
Yes, so we were expecting a lot of support for them, where
But no.
we didn't get it. Yeah,
Oh, that's
where
so
we
hard.
didn't get it, and then that's one. Like I said, it was one of those things where it kind of got to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, we need to find another way. And
Yeah.
like I said, and then like I said, during when COVID started, the business went up again.
It went back up
It went
for
back
the
again.
boom.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we were selling online, and then there was a lot more traffic online.
Yeah.
And then there was like a point where like you used to sell online and you send invoices and stuff
Sure.
like that. So and then message people with tracking numbers. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a lot of work.
All the
And
messages on Etsy,
Mm-hmm.
Star Seller.
So I was like, you know what? We were talking with my wife, and then we moved here. We needed a bigger space because we had more plants.
Yeah.
So we moved here, and then we were just thinking, you know what? My wife said, you know what? Like, if you have so much stress, let's just open a retail store, like
Yeah.
for local people.
Like a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Like
So-
like 5 or 7 days a week.
Yes.
Wow.
So it was something that we did, which was we did open a retail store, and again we put our whole like savings into the retail store because we had to buy more tables,
Right.
and then yeah,
That's a pretty monster on the wall.
that's
Your Deliciosa too, just the regular.
oh yeah. So this is just one single mother plant.
Wow.
So this was my mama plant. Look at all the nodes.
Look at that. Look at all the nodes.
And there's like more there,
Oh wow.
and there's a full white one here.
Another shoot went all white, but look at this queen at the top. with multiple levels of interfenestration. Yeah. So do you get into the discussion of large form versus small form?
Yes, I do.
And what do you think this is?
This is a Borsigiana.
This is a Borsigiana?
Yeah. So people think that it's a large form because the leaf is large.
Okay.
But it's not.
And why? And so what tells you it's a Borsigiana?
Well, the thing is I'm kind of familiar with it, but there's stuff that this one has, which I think one of the top things is like this little wrinkle.
The wrinkle?
Here. Yeah, the wrinkle thing on the back.
Yep.
So this is basically like a large form, what
you
want to call it. And this one doesn't have it.
Gotcha.
So even on the big leaves, it doesn't really have it. Like
yeah, you're right. On the big ones, let's see. I'll be really gentle.
That one has another growing. This one is growing like crazy.
This is growing like, and you said you treat this one
like a succulent.
Like a succulent. Yeah. Looks like some cocoa.
It's just cocoa and perlite.
Cocoa and perlite. What do you feed with a fertilizer? I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
But what? Huh? You don't give it any slow release?
No, nothing. No slow release. I think my water. My wife gives the water or fertilizer like once every other month.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have this one, and then I also have the other big one. And also like this one, people think that it's a large form, but it's not. It's the leaf. It's big, but if you see it's still like a small one.
Interesting.
This one is just growing on the back. There's like a little.
That's very pretty.
Yeah. So,
and this is a Tycon?
Yeah, this is my Tycon.
Very pretty. Clearly large form with the inners and that wing geniculum in the back right here.
So this whole thing was my retail store.
It has a retail store vibe. So was that the front door? Or?
Yeah. So that my collection was over there, and then like the other entrance was over there.
Yeah.
So like everything from here was the retail. So that was the main reason why we opened, and it was doing good. Yeah. Like it was doing good for let's say like a year and a half.
The retail store.
The retail store, yes. So it was doing good. We used to sell a lot locally, and there was a lot of support too locally. And then we used to do wholesale too.
Oh.
So yeah. So most of the stuff that we had on here, we used to do wholesale, so that we had retail and then wholesale people coming in.
Yeah.
So we had a little bit of both. And then, like I said, it was doing good until a lot of plants were, especially houseplants. Yeah. They were like in Lowe's and Home Depots.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things where you like see like Scindapsus and stuff like that on Lowe's now.
Yeah.
So we still when we buy wholesale, we still get them like for like $8 or $10.
Yeah.
When Home Depot has them like for $12.
It's hard to compete with that.
Yeah. And then like I said, it's hard to compete with Lowe's and Home Depot because
like Costa Farms, right?
Especially because almonds now.
Yeah.
They're doing houseplants too, and they're doing Hoyas too. So it's like like they sell them, they grow them, they sell them for cheap.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard to compete. And then we still continue that whole year. We still kind of continue until last year.
Right.
On October 2020, that's when we opened basically the retail store.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Houseplants, some succulents.
We started doing good for like the end of 2020. 2021 it was good.
Yep.
2022 it was kind of going down.
Yep.
But we still continue. 2023 and it was like in let's say it was basically at the beginning of the year of
I remember that.
So 2023 it was completely down.
Yeah.
It was completely down. It got to the point where we were gonna sell like everything,
really,
like the whole business. Yeah.
So to like get rid of all the plants, or were you gonna sell the business as a entity?
We were gonna sell like the business. We were gonna do that, and we already had the buyer for it.
Wow.
So that happened like in a couple, like from the beginning of January. Like I think it was like until like July. I think.
Yeah.
July or April. I don't remember. I don't really.
This is last year, 2023.
Yeah. So it was last year. Yeah.
And why did the sale not go through?
The sale did not go through for many reasons, and one of the main reasons why it didn't went through was because I found Plant Story.
Interesting. Yeah. So wow, really?
So I found Plant Story, on a Facebook group on Plant Perch.
Yeah.
I saw a comment of some person saying how was Plant Story working for them,
Yeah.
and that they wanted to do a like live sales and stuff like that. So I saw the comment. I downloaded the app basically.
Yeah.
And then I was looking at some people's. It wasn't like a lot of sellers,
Right.
and then like I was looking, and I told my wife, you know what, I think I want to do this.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's like I said, we are all supported with like we support each other's idea.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things where if I don't do it,
Right.
I have to sell my company. I have to sell it.
So how was that time when you were considering, I think a lot of plant sellers out there in 2022, 2023, we all considered closing our doors at a certain point. So how did that affect you? How was, I guess, and you have a family to support.
Yeah. So we weren't selling as much as we used to. Like we will only make like $100 or $200 on the retail area.
Yeah.
Which was not a lot.
In a day.
It was like weekly.
Oh, wow. So it's very rough.
So it was really rough. Yeah. So
and you're here 7 days a week or 5?
It was 7 days.
So you're working your butt off.
Yeah. And it wasn't paying enough. So,
right.
So we had to.
And this is a big, expensive space.
It is a big space and expensive space.
Right.
So, like.
Do you mind me asking how much this costs to rent?
So the cost of this one is like around $2,000 already.
Okay, that's not too bad considering you can retail.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, we were like this close to just leave California, sell the whole thing. Yeah. And then.
But you made it.
Yeah.
You made it.
So we made it, and like I said, I found that comment were from, I forgot who was the lady. Yeah. But that little comment kind of saved my life.
So how was your first stream?
My first stream, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. And that's the cool part.
Do you want to say what you sold in your first stream?
So my first live, I think we only sold like I think it was like 1,500.
That's great for a first stream.
Yeah, and I was happy. Yeah. Like I told my wife, you know what, if I do 2 lives weekly, I think we can do like 3 or 4K,
right?
Or less, obviously, because not a lot of people will know me.
Sure.
But either way, I think that's enough for us to continue with the business. And then, like I said, it was my first live, and the thing that I liked the most was the people there are really supportive. Yeah, they're really supportive.
It's a kind community, right?
Yes, they are. So they made me feel comfortable, to be honest. Yeah. Until like right now, I still see like those people on my lives.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, even if they don't buy, like I don't mind. Like I feel like they need to be there because I like them. Like,
it's like a friendship, like a virtual friendship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we made so many friends there.
I watched your live yesterday, I think.
Yeah, so yesterday was super good.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, yesterday was super good. So that's what I'm doing now. And then another cool thing that we're doing is like weekly, I do ship out like 2 or 3 boxes to Yaya's plant shop.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
know if you know her.
Yeah, I know Yaya.
So Yaya, she's doing basically a whole life for us.
Cool.
So I gave her my wholesale price.
You started re-importing, I guess, last year?
Like beginning of last year.
Okay.
That's when I started importing again.
Yeah.
And it feels good to be back, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels good to be back because I love doing this. I love selling plants. I love like propagating plants. I love...
You're good at it too. Your work and your wife is.
Yeah, thank you. Like like I said, we love this thing. Like we love...
Your heart's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's especially because like this brought our business up, and then it got me and my wife more close too. That's like cool. And then so that's one of the things that if it wasn't for my business, if it wasn't for like basically Plant Story. Yeah. Sorry if I call it Plant Story.
I know, right?
Yeah. If it wasn't for those two, it wasn't. We weren't gonna be here right now.
Wow. For anyone that works with their spouse or would like to work with their wife or their husband,
I think
how do you do it? What do you do to make it successful?
I think you just say yes to everything.
Smart man.
I think you just say yes to everything. Like I said, every time she tells me, you know what, like get this, get that, I will just say yes. So sometimes I will say no, but either way, I'll end up saying yes. Yeah, but it's one of those things. No, like I said, like right now we got to a point where we are stress free.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so we are basically like stress free.
And you get to be with your kids too.
Yes. So, and especially because one of them, it's also like it's not doing good right now.
Oh, I'm sorry
Yeah.
to hear that.
So he's not doing good. He's going through a lot. He's going through a lot. He's like, well, there was like this month where because he has allergies,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things that sucks, that we can't bring him here because he's allergic to the plants, or
Yeah.
to the basically to dust.
But at
And
least you're not in the retail space
Yes.
7 days a week.
No.
There's no way you could be with your kids at the doctor's.
No. Yeah.
Will you ever come back to the aeroid world? Like philodendron, anthurium?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? Why is
No.
that?
It's because, like I said, my greenhouses are not meant for.
Because they're open air.
It needs to be dry.
Southern California is
And
like
it's-
40% humidity.
Yes. So basically, I had to be running either a humidifier or just acclimate the plants to be on here.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard for anthuriums, and then
Oh, anthuriums are a pain.
alocasias.
Alocasias are a pain.
So I mean, I like this one. It's still here.
What's your trick for Monstera?
I think I just treat them like a so I can just avoid them. Don't water them too often.
And credit to your wife for rarely watering, right?
Yes. Yeah. So like this one was another mother plant, and now it has 2 growth points.
And then look at this one down here.
Yep.
It looks good variegation.
So
So this has the really tight internode spacing. Not a full winged ruffle.
And this one
Small
was growing.
form, you think?
Yeah, it is a small form, and this one was growing in full sun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because this is very
Well,
little shade cloth, right?
Yeah, but this one was outside.
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So I just brought it like a couple months ago.
Wow.
I just brought it here. So this one was getting some like morning sun,
Yeah.
or in afternoon sun.
And it can be morning sun can be very harsh.
Yes. So like I said, I'm trying to bring some Hoyas. I know these ones are like more common Hoyas, but right now I'm trying to get some more Hoyas in. And this is one of the cool things too, like aeoniums. A lot of people love aeoniums,
They're pretty.
and they also love like potatoes.
It's like a rhizome?
No, this is a Stephania erecta.
Oh.
I don't know if you know that.
No.
Plant. No, this one grows like some round leaves.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is like this one likes a lot of humidity.
How much is that potato?
This one is like $45.
A $45 potato?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you import these just like this?
Yes.
And this is like Korea or?
This one is from Thailand.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So those are from Thailand. So they do like more humidity.
Interesting.
So I have one here.
Did you find there was just too much competition in the
It
houseplant
was.
world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. But this was. They seem to be happy. Like Monsteras.
Look at this tie.
This was my first Thai.
And this
to
is like
import?
a white wizard or princess down here?
It's a white. That one is a white wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then this one, it was my first Thai.
This is your first import?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Houseplant, yeah.
Did you grow up
Monstera.
from...
It was like a cutting.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It was like a cutting, and this one was seed grown. It wasn't a cutting. I don't
The,
know if you can tell the bottom, how it's more thinner.
Wow. This Monstera Tycon was seed grown?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you grow the seed?
No, it was my
Okay.
friend on Thailand. Yeah.
Oh,
So it was my friend on Thailand. It wasn't a cutting. So normally.
It wasn't from tissue culture?
No, it wasn't from tissue.
Wow.
culture. Yeah. I have some fruit here. The ones that give out the seeds.
Oh, the Monstera fruit. Is that from the Tycon?
No, this was from another.
It's variegated though.
Yeah. So this one, it's not like the albo where.
Are you gonna eat it?
Have you tried it before?
I haven't.
No?
I've seen people eat it though.
They taste good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good.
it-
Yeah, about. This one, it was seed grown.
Wow. It was so tiny. Look-
No,
look at-
well, this one I already chopped it so many times. So this is the top cut, and then there was another, or like the middle part,
yeah.
and then the top cut I sold it, and this is the bottom part, and then this is the middle.
Wow.
So this one is growing like
Oh, you
green
see a
on
little
green.
green on green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then this one is like a
Wow.
white,
A classic elbow.
and then there was another one that was green.
Wow. And look at these, kind of like a
Oh yeah, this is my favorite one.
Aurea.
So this one, it was also seed grown.
Wow. So seed grown sports.
Yep. This one was seed grown.
This is really cool looking.
This one was seed grown.
So this is Deliciosa.
Yeah, Deliciosa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get the seeds from?
This one's, it's just, I mean, we have suppliers that they grow a lot of monsteras from seed. So we either get like a whole batch of seeds, then just probably give them.
Yeah. Very cool.
And this is the potato that was there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but this one, it's an old one. This one is maybe like around 45 years old.
45 years old.
And these are the leaves. And this one is a female.
Oh, wow.
So there is female and male.
Wow.
Yeah, so this one is a female. So this is the one that gives out the seeds.
Wow.
So you need a male to pollinate it.
Wow.
But we don't have any, so it's
very cool.
It's just flowering right now. Yeah.
You're right.
It was stuff that we had left from our retail store, like this one's too. This is the red. No, this is the Prince of Orange.
Prince of Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these ones were super tiny.
Yep, from tissue.
Yeah. So right now, this is what we have left from last year.
Ooh, you have a red moon?
Mm-hmm.
My red moon just put out a half moon leaf. This is a pretty tie.
That one was about to die.
Very happy.
And my wife saved it.
Very happy.
So that one was about to die. There's like stuff growing everywhere.
Adansonii.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy fenestrations. Love to see a red moon. They're so sporadic in their colors, huh?
Yeah.
Green, 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 red.
Yeah. So this one.
Are you gonna sell that one?
No.
No, it's just for a personal plant.
Yeah, it's a personal plant, and I think I paid like a lot of money for it. That was when
couple thousand.
Yeah. So when it was super expensive, I have that one, and then I have the other one over there.
That's how mine looked forever.
Oh,
and then it finally put out a half moon.
Yeah, they take forever. I feel like it's a slow plant.
It is a slow plant.
Yeah.
It grows very slow.
Very, very slow. Look at this one. There's like this
The
is all
white,
stuff that,
white
that
princess.
we have on stock for us.
Yeah, that's a pretty Florida Beauty.
Yep.
I can't believe how low the price of Florida Beauty has come
It
down.
went down a lot too. I think this one I traded some variegated hearts.
Oh.
And I got this one, and then like I think it was like 700.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is how much it was.
That's a very pretty Adansonii.
This one was also about to die.
Yeah.
And it's doing good now. So before, like I said, it was about to die.
Yeah.
And it was just this little piece. And now it looks like it's dying, but I don't know.
But the top is very healthy.
It's very healthy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty. Is this just epi?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great colors, though.
Yeah. There's that one.
Very cool.
And this one was it reverted back. I don't know what's going on this one.
What is
this is the mint.
mint?
Yeah.
It looks almost like Shamrock Shake.
So I don't really know what's going on with this one. This one I got it from Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you know those. In Mexico, there was a guy that was selling it. I think he called it like Samsi Cana or something like that. It was a different type of mint.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I think on Japan, they call it like the Kunzo one.
Kunzos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like some of them, they are like 20 years old.
So you're doing
25.
string of pearls still.
Yeah.
Here's string of hearts, right?
Oh, yeah. There's some here. No,
So what's the key to propagating them, Mario?
So the key to propagation is basically you just chop like a little node.
Yep.
Some people, they live like this whole thing here, or they live like a little space between them.
Yep.
But we like to cut them all the way down.
Yep.
So just have like this much space between them, and then just plant them in
That's it.
moist soil.
In moist soil.
Yeah.
So you are keeping them more moist than...
Yeah.
My wife loves this plant, but she always keeps it dry.
No.
What about for string of pearls?
The string of pearls, they do like to stay a little bit more dry.
Okay, so more dry on string of pearls.
Like again, this ones, they have bulbs. That's the thing. Watch.
Like the little rhizomes. Like a ZZ plant, right?
Yeah. See?
Wow.
So they have little bulbs.
So they're like corms, kind of. Like alocasia.
So these ones, they don't like to stay dry out.
Because those will rot. They'll burst.
They'll shrink and then they die.
Yeah.
And then you're basically left with one single string, and that string, if you water it, because you think it's rooted, it's just going to end up rotting.
And this is how you grow out some of your Monstera to look for sports. These are all seed grown.
Yeah. So this ones are all seed grown.
And you just look for color.
For a color or something weird.
Something weird, and it's going to be rare, right?
But that was like back in the days when I was like really into monsteras.
Yeah.
But right now, not no more.
Yeah.
And these are all my whale fins.
They're beautiful. Whale fins are so pretty. Do you get these from Mexico or Central America?
No.
Okay.
This ones I actually found them from a grower, like a retired person.
Yeah.
And I ended up buying them.
So you split them just like regular Sansevieria down at the
bottom.
cut it apart.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Most of them, like I said, most of them are already, like this one, I think this one was like 25 years old, like the tallest ones.
Wow. They're beautiful.
When we house
They're very hard to ship.
Yes,
They always break in the middle.
And these are the yellow ones and then the white ones.
Oh, wow. Very pretty.
These are the little white ones.
Yeah, totally. And these are all propagations?
Yes.
Wow.
This is plants that we started propagating.
How long does it take to go from a vine?
So this one, it's already starting to root.
Wow.
This one's, they've been planted like maybe like a week and a half already.
Okay, so not that long.
No.
And then to finish does it finish in this 3 or 4 inch pot?
So yeah, they do. So they start to throw down, and it takes maybe like a month.
Okay.
For them to start filling the pot. Yeah.
These are cool.
So these are all the ones that we sold yesterday.
Oh wow,
too.
with everyone's name on it.
Yeah.
So what does something like this go for?
I think this ones we were selling them for 100.
Wow.
And then this
$100.
one was 180.
180?
Yeah, for this.
Oh, because you can like break off all the pieces and propagate it, right?
Yeah, and this one is variegated too.
Oh wow. So variegated succulents.
A variegated lofo.
Wow.
And then this one's are just regular ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the idea, I guess, with someone biting these at home is to propagate them themselves also.
Yeah, or just have them like a nice little pie collection too.
Does that need a ton of sun? Lots of sun?
This ones, they can handle morning sun or afternoon sun too. Or you can try to give it full sun.
Yeah.
So they do pretty good. Yeah.
What's the most expensive succulent you have here?
If
you want to show it.
I have a lot. I have a lot.
Like $100? Are they going to like 500?
Let's see. The most expensive one that we have.
I saw that earlier.
This one, it's a AMAC, but it's like a sport basically one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
That one is maybe like $100.
Only $100.
So the most expensive second that we have,
Is this your collector's area?
Yes. They're just, it varies. Like, these are the plicatilis, the variegated plicatilis. These ones were expensive.
Yeah.
Like this one, I think it's like $1,200.
$1,200?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's like that one. This one's like 600.
So it's kind of going through the same boom that the aeroid world went through. 2021.
Yeah.
This is really cool looking. This variegation on.
Oh yeah, that's the Myrtillo cactus, the Geometricus variegated.
Wow, you know so much about succulents.
Yeah, I like succulents, but like there's little things here. Like this one, it looks like nothing, but it's a conophyton.
Wow.
See? And it's fuzzy.
I don't see too many spines around.
No,
which is good.
We try to keep most of the spines out because of my kids.
Right.
And then this one, it's a Monolaria moniliformis. So this one, it's from 1997.
1997.
Yeah.
So it grows that slow. What does something like that cost?
Well, to be honest, I think this ones are like around like 120 or 100.
Wow, even from 1997.
Yeah. It's
so
I mean,
you don't get a whole bunch of new leaves on a plant like that.
Nah.
It exists.
There's another one here. I think this one is an expensive one because of the age.
Well, look at this, looks like a turtle.
Yep. So this one is my Dioscorea elephantipes.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. So this one is right now, it's dormant. It hasn't woken up yet.
When will it wake up this season, or will it take longer?
It may take another month and a half or 2 months to wake up.
So summer, it feels the warmth?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's just weird because they're
Yeah.
winter growers and summer dormants. But it's weird right now because of the weather. You don't know what to expect from elephantipes. Yeah, and this one we had a variegated one.
Wow.
Which was basically the only one in the world.
Wow.
So that one was probably my most valuable plant, and it died.
No.
Yeah, it died.
Many thousands of dollars?
I got offers for like 4K,
Wow.
5K, but I think it was worth way more than that.
Wow. Because it was the only one in the
It
world.
was the only one. Yeah.
It was a variegated elephant. What is it?
Elephantippus.
Elephantippus.
Yeah. So the leaves were like yellow like this one's.
Wow.
It was pretty nice. It was one of a kind.
Can you take cuttings of this plant?
No, this one it has to be from seed basically. Yeah. So it has to be seed grown.
Wow.
It's not from cuttings or from pups.
Wow.
Yeah. So it has to be from seed. So something like this, it takes years too.
Yeah.
So like this one, it's another one that it's like 45, 48 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're super old.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.